Cool. All right. Hi, welcome back to Occultists Anonymous, sponsored by Roll20, the Onyx Path, and viewers like you. Thank you very much to everybody who joins us, supports us, follows us, hangs out with us, comments on the YouTube, which I do notice, and I do try to chat with you guys. So if you have questions, if you're watching this on YouTube and you're like, will I ever get an answer? I have this question. Come by Discord and ask it there, because then we can all get involved in the discussion. But if you have just like a quick little thing, feel free to ask. I will happily answer because I get them notifications, special shout out to all our patrons who support us monetarily. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you to the Other Way Patreon. I guess I could have done it backwards, but then my cadence would be all long. Adele, Al, Alan, Michael, Alexander, Algos, Awaken Exodia, Bernie, Blood Angel, Brandon, Doc, Emil, George, Jack, James, Jenny, John, Josh, Cat Feathers, Crazy Man, Melissa, Michael, Milo V3, Moku, Noba, Other Michael, Perry, Pupsy, Ramon, Royvisgrad, Ryan, Sebastian, Cinna, Terry, The Iron Birds, Thomas, Usuf Sama, Vortex, Woodfoot, and Zoltan. Thank you guys very much for hanging out with us, supporting us. We really appreciate it. Quick reminder, because I haven't mentioned it recently, if you are interested in supporting us, feel free to do the monthly thing, but there is the option to do the annual subscription, which several of you have done and have blown our minds that people are like, oh yeah, here's 12 months of support, but you only pay 10 months. So it saves you a little bit, and we get all that money up front, which is kind of cool. Not that we have any big projects. It's at this point, there's this nice little fund that is accumulating for character art, because damn it, when the next Chronicle starts, you better believe we're going to be like, and we walk in on day one with character art. Not day one, excuse me, episode 1. Session 0, then there will probably be some more downtime, and then we'll start. But we will have character art and overlay, and we will be ready and professional the way we were definitely not on the first first episode. We had an overlay.
Oh, we didn't have the art yet? I don't even remember.
We have the art until it's like episode 30 or something like that.
No, I think it was a little bit before that. But yeah, it took us a bit, and then...
Oh yeah, I got my,
you guys
I did first.
Yeah, you guys got some of your own characters done up, your own, which is cool. Just to, spoilers for the future, apparently the players have gone and come up with another bit of art to get from Brenna, so look forward to that. I'm super hyped, and I will admit I am suffering some severe FOMO of I should get my character. Drifter needs to, but I don't have I want to play Drifter, but I don't have Drifter. I'm not. I need more. Chris, more one-shots, please. More miniseries.
You play them sometimes.
Yeah. Judd and Network, and there's a lot of characters I play a lot of times. It's all right. Hey, speaking of, post on Patreon, tell us more about what you want to see. I'm gonna hammer that on for a little while now, guys. But yeah, we want to know. Righto. When we last left, the Cabal had decided to split the party on me 30 minutes into the episode, which admittedly was kind of expected. Songbird has gone back to Philadelphia to chat with the Founding Fathers, who are, at least locally, the foremost authorities on seer ass-kicking. Because while the Adamantine Arrow are... well, at least our local Adamantine Arrow, they have a leaderboard for killing seers. The Adamantine Arrow are more protectors and arbiters of conflict than they are necessarily seer killers. And so, hey, let's go check with the biggest, baddest free council that we know of. I mean, they literally kicked the seers out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Hi, guys. What
up, Gritty?
Atratus said, I'm going to stay a little bit closer to home, and has gone to chat with Factory. And Wyrd and Network said, we're going to go into the Astral, and we're going to, rob a bank. An Astral bank, so no real money is being taken, but, and we're faced off with 2 Anubiseth guards, that Network tried to like, okay, let me get a read on them. Nope, never mind.
Nope.
That didn't work. So the two of them put their heads together and they're trying to figure out a plan. So we cut to Factory and Atratus. You guys having coffee? Because I know you did that before, but I don't know. Do you guys meet at the Rookery? What kind of setting are you thinking?
Well, I'm trying to get information that like the Free Council has. So do they have like council houses or something, like a place we can go to?
Yeah, let me pull up the book here to make sure I'm using the right term. I know Guild Hall is definitely one of the terms that they use, but let's see here. Maid Society, the Assembly, which is their version of a concilium. They do their own kind of thing. Their voters, Minutemen, Strategos, Convocations. Dang it, is it not in this book? Okay, it's in the other book. But yeah, 90%
We can just call it a guild hall.
Yeah. Yeah, but basically, yeah, they meet up at guild halls and communicate there. So yeah, you could definitely meet up there. Guild halls tend to, because they're not the Mysterium, don't tend to be like huge repositories of knowledge. That tends to be with individual members.
Yeah, I figured that if I'm looking for info, where they will be.
Right. Cool. So yeah, and the Free Council being the Free Council and Factory being a counselor and, I wouldn't say necessarily a good friend, but, an acquaintance that you guys are very friendly, on friendly terms with, meets you there. And I imagine in New York, what does a guild hall look like in New York? Because that's going to be like, for some reason, I feel like this is like tied to like a bodega or something. Like I'm trying to feel like what is Super Free Council
of the people,
right, in New York. Bodegas are up there, or it may be down in a subway. That's always something of that nature, kind of concealed, but connected to the people, because that is the seer. Excuse me, not seer. That is the Free Council thing. I mean, technically, seers are too, but not the way anybody would enjoy.
A bagel shop.
That's actually a pretty good one. Yeah,
that's their front.
Yep. And you just order the right bagel, and they're like, "Oh yes, here this way." But yes, meeting up with Factory, and it is compared to. Especially since we have the compare contrast right here, compared to the Founding Fathers, it's a much smaller place. And similar to the one in the stuff in Philadelphia, these are like, they have numerous of these throughout because they're all just local to, here's these Free Council. Okay, they're all in this area. We'll put a little place that they can meet up here and here and here and here. Kind of the way the Guardians space safe houses everywhere and such like that. So yeah, Factory meets up with you at whatever one is closest to all of you, and like I said, it's a little more chill. It feels actually it's a bagel shop outside, and inside it has a very like lounge bar coffee shop kind of thing. Probably yeah, before sundown they serve coffee, after sundown they serve booze. I think that's
they serve cocktails. Yeah
Okay. And so and that's like this tiny little corner. It's a very like wet bar, make your own damn coffee, make your own damn drinks kind of thing. And for the most part, the rest of it is just space. There's large tables where people can set out stuff to work on as a group, or other like more booth kind of things. And Factory meets you, just inside, smiles at you. All right. I'm curious what's going on.
So, how we have our project, right?
Mm-hmm.
The last piece we need is in a Tetrarchs vault.
Okay.
We know kind of which Tetrarch, and we know where the vaults have been.
Okay.
I was wondering if... We don't know that part yet. I was wondering if
Well, can, but don't
We
yet
can,
know.
we don't.
We
know.
have a list of
that's
locations that it will be
that's
at.
true, right.
We just don't know any dates
When
for them.
it will be there.
Yep.
So I was wondering if you could help me fill in some of these blanks, like as to which Tetrarch or what might be in the vault. Because I know what we're after. I really want to know what else we might be able to grab.
I mean, grab it all and, sort it out later, right? Okay, cool. Well, you don't know which Tetrarch. Do you know, what ministry?
Panopticon around Seattle.
Yeah.
Other side of the country. I don't know how much info you have on them.
Technically,
the Mysterium has. I can know what a Mysterium person in Seattle knows. Theoretically, I can't yet.
It's alright, I won't tell anybody.
I don't know if the Free Council has something like that.
We do have something like that. It's called the internet. Specifically the dark web, but yeah. No, we've got some stuff that I can reach out to. Obviously, reaching out to folks in Seattle, they're going to be a little hesitant because upside downside of
they know us already.
yeah. Well, the Free Council out there don't. But yeah, upside downside of being the Free Council and being kind of open about stuff is we are admittedly easily subject to infiltration. So there's some barriers and stuff like that. But yeah, we can look at. But that said, Tetrarchs work like huge swaths of area. Like if they're in Seattle, they probably run North America.
Oh, okay.
Or Seattle. I don't know, all of Canada and like the state line or the country line. The Tetrarchs cover big territory. So it's potential that if a Panopticon pylon is causing us trouble here, or well, not Philly, but Jersey, or even down to DC, it may be all under the same Tetrarch. Okay, cool. Let's have a sit and let's get down what info you have. And
I can get you some of their pylon members. Former pylon members.
Sure, that works. Yeah. And so she kind of, leads over towards a I think probably just, a little booth and pulls out a laptop. And you immediately look over and note that said laptop has no battery plugged into it. And that does not seem to cause the laptop to have any problems. It boots right up and you're like, that's not Windows and that's definitely not Apple and definitely not Linux. That's just somehow I imagine it comes up as Mage OS or some other similar bullshit. I'm pulling some very Watch Dogs vibes here. And yeah, she flips it open, types out a few things and says, okay, let's work backwards, I guess. And so let's go ahead and get a technically she's the one searching, but she's working off the information you've got. So go ahead and do I guess wits plus investigation, or probably investigation, unless you have another idea.
I didn't buff my own stats on this. I was dumb.
Whoops.
But very easily, if you want to...
You spent another reach and then you did it. Good job.
Right, yeah, because you had an unlimited reach. So you could pass that over to Wyrd as well, for all it matters, and just everybody has some bonus intelligence and investigation.
Sure.
I'm A-okay with that because it's
You're
literally...
all +5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Without going over your maximum attributes, so...
That means they could dream punch people real hard, though.
Very true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Wyrd. Yeah, while Wyrd and Network are going, they're like, we are really buff right now.
Really buff.
Cool.
That's
But yeah,
cute.
thank you. I was just about to. All right, cool. So yeah, working. Oh, sorry, I meant to ask this before you rolled, but that's fine. Whose name are you starting with? Like of previous shadow names.
I was going to start with the Stalker. Because we know that he was kind of a big deal.
Right.
Like, and this was one of his bosses.
As you understand, the Stalker would have been reporting directly to the Tetrarch. Mm-hmm. And so she goes, okay, puts in the Stalker, and the name comes up from, like, her connection to the database, or what aspects of whatever weird free council thing they've got going on. Thank you. And you have a name, a path, and a general rundown of the signature Nimbus, and that's it. But she's kind of looking at it, and she goes,
to mark deceased.
Yeah.
Do you actually give her any?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Just like, we dealt with him.
Cool. And she adds a couple little notes and tacks off. And there's a big red X over the, like, image not found for an image of the Stalker. And
I can show you what he looked like.
She looks over and goes, is it relevant, or are you just kind of flexing on me right now?
I mean, it's interesting.
All right, go ahead. And yeah, you describe this monstrosity.
Yeah. Goro Daddy.
It's
interesting in a dear God, what has he done?
Monster. Yeah.
After she adds in a couple notes of description and like a paint, like MS Paint drawing of him, and saves it, she goes, okay, yeah, I get why you wanted to share that. Yeah. Okay, so known associates, and she kind of looks at the thing, looks over to you, looks back at the thing. Zolius?
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see here. Mr. Graves, Cynthia.
Also deceased.
Tap, tap, tap,
Cynthia,
tap, 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 tap.
Not deceased anymore.
Unmade.
Undeceased.
Unlifed. So yeah, quick little tap, 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 and gets that updated. She goes and kind of circles back around. So Zolius, though?
That's the first person in the council in the concilium that knows.
Yeah, does she know that Zolius is Mammon?
Doesn't seem to. Yeah, like I said, you know, she's yeah. Sorry, that was my bad as the SD. Yeah, she's like these names ringing a bell or anything like that. Not necessarily calling out that. Oh yeah, this is so and so.
Okay,
yeah.
I thought it was
is not who we.
A knowing look of.
No, not quite. Yeah, the recognition or anything. Nah. So she updates some stuff, and goes to Zolius. He's dead too.
No, that one is a slacker who was looking to not have to work anymore. So we dealt with his bosses to get some information.
So you made a deal with a seer?
No.
Yeah.
Atratus gonna get disappeared out of back room here in a second.
I mean, if you want to go for him, sure. But we needed help pinning down where the thing is going to be. Because we've spent 6 months chasing where it used to be.
I mean, I get it, and I've made deals with. I mean, and talked about Abaddon before. Just okay, just
So yeah,
noted. And like there's a definite look as she pulls up his profile again and looks at you and says, "So what can you tell me about him? Do you data dump? Do you just data dump and just give whatever you know, or do you hold anything back?"
Mastigos does things with spirit.
Yeah, you know he's a Beni Ashmati, so you can...
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically just going to run down what I know of, like, his magic abilities.
But no background?
No personal info.
Okay. So yeah, she puts in a bunch of stuff, location, Seattle, which when you mentioned that part, she's definitely takes like a little bit of a chill pill, and she goes, okay, this is not like some local series. She's not, they're not a Mammonite or something like that. Okay. Right. She doesn't say that because I don't know if Atratus would be able to keep a straight face. So is he a Mammonite? No.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Okay. And then from there moves through and says, and what about this Ursula Tenebris?
Don't know anything about that one.
Interesting.
Do you know any?
Yeah, and she pulls up Ursula Tenebris, and it's another, similar to the Stalker, like no information, a bunch of blank kind of information, and like the Stalker had some information, like cited here, had this interaction, or found records of the signature nimbus there, kind of some we know this guy exists kind of thing. Ursula Tenebris has a signature nimbus of basically moving shadows that like follow people, or like mentions that the long-term nimbus is people's shadows animating in a as it is described in a Peter Pan-esque, a malicious Peter Pan-esque fashion. In that, these shadows are detaching from people and chasing them and, haunting them. And she looks and goes, Ursula Tenebris, really? This is pretty... Okay. But yeah,
is that someone from the same pylon?
She kind of motions at it and she goes, I'm not sure, it's just, an associate, and kind of backtracks. Well, actually, at this point, you've mentioned that Mr. Graves, Zolius, and the Stalker were probably all part of the same pylon.
Yeah.
She's like, I would assume, but, no other, could just be, just guessing by the names, could be an old fling. They used to be partners. We don't have any, like, definite information here, but, if that's a missing chunk of info, that's something that we can try and figure out. And then
because our deal only mentioned the other two people in the pylon. Zolia said they were the only ones.
Okay.
If we were lied to,
okay,
that might change things.
Now that said, you're 90% sure he wasn't lying about that because of pure deception from Songbird at the time. So she goes, okay, let's that's one. She scribbles that down on like a piece of paper. Like, okay, that's one to investigate. And then the next one down on the list is she looks, she's like, okay, like, I get that shadow names are a thing, but like, really? And she kind of motions to the Howling Bridesmaid.
Okay.
She's like, listen, we're the Free Council. We have some really out there
ghost?
This is and like, she's like, I don't know. It clicks on it.
It's a ghost name.
The only information that that you have on it is that they are a Moros. And then is a known associate to the Stalker, and it has a couple other branches out to other people as well. But these are two names that are associated to the Stalker that you guys don't have any.
We don't know yet.
Right. Yeah. And she goes, okay.
I can't wait for my next shadow name, Starfucker69.
Like, I think that's one of those ones that, like,
where your XXX.
Yeah, you tell that to your Free Council mentor. They look at you and goes, no.
Sorry, little Timmy, you can't use your Xbox Live handle as your shadow name.
Like, that's one of those
ones. But it's who I really am inside.
And that's one of those things, like, Starfucker, really? Because you know what happens with shadow names, right? Because
I'm gonna go fuck that star.
oh, Lord. So she goes, okay, cool. So local information is clearly a little sparse, but you've been all right by me. So I'll look into some of this stuff, and we'll see what turns up.
See if we can go up the chain at all.
I mean, for all we know, we're looking at the name of the shadow name of one of the Tetrarchs.
That's true. They're not like ranked, right? They're just all associates.
It's just people that they know have associated with the Stalker, have had interactions or something like that. Places where like their signature nimbus, these two signature nimbus were on the same corpse of a guy or something like that. So
sounds good. Well, that is more information than we had.
Absolutely, and maybe I'll be able to call you and let you know about more info, hopefully in the future. Hopefully soon, but we'll see. Because I'll be honest, if it's not exactly tied to somebody's particular obsession at the time, this database can kind of go a while without anybody trying to fill anything in. So, but yeah, I'll put the word out and see if anything comes up.
Yeah, we are aiming to get some very neat loot. I want to know what it might be.
Well, she kind of leans back. It's like, I don't know where we would necessarily start with trying to figure out, like, because we don't have like a, loot table of Sears, sadly. Man, it would make life so much easier. We know who's actually worth going after. But, okay. We'll excuse me. We, the Free Council, will track these names down a little bit, see what we can give you, and it might lead us in some further investigatory directions. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, cutting over to Wyrd and Network, who are outside the Astral vault of the Tetrarch. Oop, I heard a ping on Roll20.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what are we casting? Oh, co-locate, right?
Co-location.
All right, reach.
Overreach by 1.
Right, and the reach is for
instant cast, advanced potency, and advanced duration for the withstand, because I'm expecting a clash of wills.
Okay. Now, one thing to point out, you don't need to do it, but we're missing sensory range, because you can... We don't often do it, but it's something that you can easily do, is you can literally just lob this thing over there. And literally, actually, it will be the first time, maybe second time, I think, that we've ever actually thrown a spell. But you can totally do that. If you so wish.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to find real quick the rules for that. I'm 90% sure it's in the combat section. But in the meantime, I think we can go ahead and roll that. I will have to do overreach, which will be our second overreach. So it was 4 last time. You paid the 4 mana for that, so this one would be 5.
I'll pay the 5.
Okay. So, whoops. 1 chance die. Dramatic failure. I will have to remember what that does here in 1 second. My PDF is freezing up. I believe... There it is. You get a point of willpower back, which is useful since you just used 1, and you don't get the cumulative effect of the +1 paradox die.
Okay.
There's aim spells. It's on the same paradox page. That's cool. So you will be rolling to throw Gnosis plus athletics or firearms. And minus the subject's defense, you're not aiming at a person, so it'll just be a flat get it over there. I was
like, can you substitute a mental skill for those?
In this particular case, no.
No.
Because you're in your astral form and you're still working with your natural coordination. But yeah.
Do you have any athletic stats?
Hmm?
Should be 1, right?
My athletics?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh no!
Not at all.
No.
Oh no! That's fine.
needed for your defense, right?
You do, but
I know I've got defensive weaponry.
All right.
Yep. Now that said, it's still, because without any skill in it, it's still Gnosis -1 in that case. Still throwing 6 dice at it. Yeah.
You got it.
Cool. Well, let's cast the spell itself. Because we do need to see that part, which is 11 minus 2 is 9, plus another 7, so 16 dice.
That better win.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, you have your success there.
I'll take the mana.
Cool. Yeah, which, I mean, yeah, because you just threw, 5 at it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you get 6. And just a quick, because technically range does matter, your aim spell short range before you start taking penalties is Gnosis times 10. I think it's meters or yards. So
70 yards.
That's very far.
Yeah, you're going to be just
That's
fine.
a fucking Hall of Fame quarterback, Chuck.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, let's see here. Let's double check. Since we're talking about it. Let's see here. Range combat. That's exactly what I want. Have a short range. Double right, but what is range? Doesn't tell me what the range actually means. Okay, it is yards and meters. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so haul him some distance. Yeah.
And just to flavor that a little bit, like I'd be flipping a coin, I guess, to
an
get
astral
the spell
coin.
on it.
I dig that.
Yeah.
Little glowy thing goes flitting by.
Fucking Mistborn over here.
Cool. So yes, you fling this thing, and it's through the bars, which I guess technically I could have given a penalty for, but I'm not really too worried about it. And because you don't have an increased scale, you're talking about basically a 5-foot area, which is fine. That's big enough for you to walk through. Anything there? Cool. So we actually need to have a roll by network. Is Gnosis plus mind. Plus he'll probably throw willpower on this. So let's see here. Gnosis and mind is 6. Plus a day is just +1. So that's 7. 10. Oh, okay. And versus the guards. Power plus finesse. Well, you watch as you kind of flip that coin through the air, and it sails right through the bars, lands kind of in the middle of this section of blockers, basically, and the spell goes off. No problem. The problem is the 2 Anubiseth guards who go whoop and look right at you and start to move towards you. We need to roll some initiative.
Jake.
Hello, initiative turn order. Goodbye,
You got those buff mental stats, though.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't help with initiative, but it will help with the punchy if
The
necessary.
old stabbing.
Stabbing.
Right, and Network's initiative is +7. What am I doing? D10 +7. Oof. I can't believe you've done that weird. Natural 1 on your initiative.
I often do very terrible initiatives.
Yeah.
Has that curse you in all your games, or has it just been OA so far?
Just OA.
All right. Initiative for Goche. I'm 90% sure they roll their finesse, but I want to be sure. Game systems. If I was a better prepared storyteller, I'd already remember this. Finesse plus resistance. These are fast boys.
Hmm?
8? Yeah. Oh, okay. That's not too bad. And I'm just going to have them both have the... Well, actually, I will put it up to you guys. Should they have the same or different initiatives?
I think they'd probably react differently. I don't know. You know them better than I do.
I mean, I don't care one
I think
way.
it'd be more interesting if they don't both go at the same time every time.
Yep.
Yeah, it goes first.
Whoops. This is not guard number 17. It's a guard with a 17 initiative. There we go. Cool. Righto. Well, yes, the first guard moves forward, and they've got, like we described, the big kind of ancient, and it's probably pulled more from Hollywood than actual like Egyptian, mythology or anything like that. But these cool twisted up scythe axe looking, pole arm type things. And the first one just kind of makes a big sweeping arm motion, not to like actually strike, but to just force and reveal things. And unfortunately, this is on network. Because you have already been revealed. Network is rolling a 10. Because he's going to spend willpower, which, hey, I can actually keep track of. It's terrific. So that's 2. Whoops. Too many alt tabs. I apologize. Whoops. And he's going to roll his 12.
So as a reflexive action.
Mm-hmm. Woo. Okay.
Super revealed.
Each turn as a reflexive action, anyone keep pursuing blah, 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 may move an object from an object, person, or other being she's touching from one location to another, effectively teleporting from place to place.
Correct.
So I can do a reflexive action out of my turn, or does it happen on my turn? Or?
Yeah,
okay.
Reflexive means something has happened and you just do this thing.
Yeah. So I put a hand on network and reflexively move him over to the other side.
Okay. Now, that is A-okay. I'm just trying to make sure. Co-locate. Kibble may move an object from one location. Okay. So those capable and okay, right. And so you can only do that once per turn, but if you took the reach, which you didn't, because it's a big, expensive one, you can do it twice per turn. Okay, so the one thing I will let you know, you can do that, but Network can also see this, and so therefore can move himself as well.
Oh, I didn't know that he could perceive it.
Yeah, because anybody who has space sight can see it.
Right. Yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Which you quickly, like without a doubt, it's pretty obvious. Especially since if you guys were going to cross over there, you've already got it. Yeah.
So I'd reach out to do him, and he's gone already. So
he's not. Not yet.
Oh, he's not.
No.
Okay.
Because he's chilling for a second. But let's see here. And again, it's a reflexive thing, so you could actually do like, an attack is coming. Reflexively, I send him to the other side.
Well, it depends on who the attack is going towards.
Right, exactly. Like I said, you don't have to decide anything now because it's reflexive. So yes, the first guard basically makes this, motion over to reveal things, and you don't necessarily know what has happened. You can definitely tell, like, they looked at you, and that is the guard's turn. And as he's, basically passed over with this thing. Network goes, gigas up and drops the spell, which you can basically sense from the peripheral mage sight of things, and the fact that I don't know, maybe you feel a little bit more obvious now, but like you've been spotted. And Network basically says, go check the box. And I got these guys. And then works.
I reflexively move over then.
Okay. All right. Make sure I have the.
I guess a mind mage fighting Goche, he's probably in good shape.
He's okay. So let me make sure I have the right spell here, and I'm doing this by the book and not just giving Network accidentally super cool extra bullshit. Okay. So yeah, actually, because you can clearly see him. He's like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and this one I'm actually going to roll up correctly. Let's see, spell template. How much reach do I need? Instant, scale, and sensory. Actually, what are Network's skills? He might try and follow suit and be like, I'm just gonna fling this thing. Yeah, no, because they can dodge. Okay. So sensory, instant, duration. Ooh, boy, this is going to be rough. That's fine. Sensory, instant, right, okay. Again, oh no, Drew hasn't had as much experience rolling these spells. Okay, cool. How much free reach do you have? 1. Gnosis. 2 dots. Penalties to potency. Oh boy. -6. Swinging for the fences here. Already has advanced duration. Penalties for scale, -2. Yantra, what is his shadow name? Probably not. Can't use high speech real quick. Concentration. And other sources, willpower, please. Okay, so 5 -6 is -1. -2, -3. So 2 dice. Oh, wait, hang on. Paradox first. Can he do enough mana? Yes, he can. So, chance die. Yes, guys, watch as Drew plays mage with
I was about to
himself.
make that joke, but it sounded mean.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it because it's definitely running through my head. Crap. What was the spellcasting total there? What did I have? 5, 10, 2.
Right.
Come on, Network, be awesome.
1.
Nope. Yeah, Network lashes out or attempts to cast a spell, and you can see him like fidget and go, "Okay, I'll keep him distracted." But that is his turn. The second guard. Now you said you've already reflexively moved into the cage. So the second guard basically whirls as you are now behind him and grabs at the bars and like starts to reach his spear in through, and it's that really like hammy, like I'm going to and it has enough reach that it could get you. So he is actually attacking at you. What is your defense? And you may, if you need to put on armor, don't forget that that's also reflexive.
Oh, hang on. The character sheet, as I recall. Yes. It keeps resetting the defense attribute. So defense is 11.
Come again?
What?
weaponry.
Uh-huh.
The lowest plus weaponry. And I have fate armor.
Okay, so you're turning on your fate armor. That was the
Yeah, for sure.
That's okay. Yes, because you get a flat +5 there. Okay.
Yeah,
It's like there is zero chance you have a better defense than Songbird.
Naturally, yes. Okay, so with his chance die, you just flow. He completely misses, as he like basically fights to get the spear in to get at you because he's locked out just as much as you were. Well, now locked in, and it is your turn.
I'm a space mage. I'm not locked anywhere.
You sure you're not a Masked Egos?
Nope. Okay.
Not sure.
I'm not using the crystal anymore, but I still have the spell up. So, do I know which locker is the one pinging on
that's
my
very
radar?
true. I hadn't thought about that, but yes, you do. As soon as you were in, previously the crystal had basically pointing you right at the door. Now it has pulled you over to like this corner. Like I said, all these are these large lockers.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pointed right at a locker which you don't have. Well, actually, let me backtrack just a stack. You don't have any foreign languages that you know, right?
No.
Okay, cool. You recognize that it is definitely in a foreign language, but in the way of the Astral, it's like reading, this is all Greek. It's just a flow of letters. It's like, is that Russian, like, oh my gosh, what's it? Cyrillic mixed with some Greek and some Japanese characters? What is this? This isn't, just completely, but this locker right here, this, little like 2 foot by 1 foot kind of thing.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to open it.
Okay. Obviously, it needs a key of some form. So, how dost thou want to open it?
I'm going to try my larceny
Sure.
and shimmy it open with my rapier. How's that sound?
Okay, that's an interesting thing. You are in the Astral, though, so pulling like basic.
You pull a key, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I'll pull a key, but
Right, it is
I'm
this
trying to use
little wiggly thing that you're. Yeah, I dig that. The other thing I was thinking, with all that hair, come on, you've got to have a bobby pin that you can just.
No, she doesn't bind her hair very often.
That's very true. This is going to be what would normally be dexterity. It's going to be finesse. So any of that middle tier, plus your larceny, plus your +2 bonuses. You've got that condition, -3.
So wits or manipulation, either one would be fine.
Whichever is higher, yes.
Okay. And larceny.
Mm-hmm.
You said -3?
Mm-hmm. But of course, you have a +2 bonus.
You have a
from
+2 from your condition.
for larceny, and then of course, if you throw willpower at it.
Yep. 2 successes.
Cool. You start working at this thing, and you can feel it going, but it's going to take you like the full action to get it open before you can actually just yank it open. Cool. The other guard, who was menacing Network, follows after, in the way of like this stuff is all happening at the same time. Network is yelling at him to come on, man, come get me, bring it on. And as soon as this guy moves in for this big swing, Network just flips the double bird and is next to you. And he's like, "You get it open. We gotta get out of here."
Yeah. I'm working it.
And
work the lock. Don't look at the guards. Work the lock. Oh shit! We looked at the guards.
And with that, we Songbird. Wow, Network is going to try a much more in his realm spell. Whoops, that's where'd his character sheet go? There it goes. Double checking. He does have space too, right? Yep, cool. He's like, all right, this will last us a second or two. And quickly bans the area you guys are standing in. Gnosis plus space doesn't need any particular extra bonuses. So he's just going to take the Paradox. Well, actually, at Gnosis 2, or excuse me, Gnosis 3, does he have Paradox? Or increased Paradox? He obviously has Paradox. Okay, thank you.
Goes up by 1 every odd Gnosis.
Okay, cool. Nothing happens there. So actual spell cast, Gnosis, space, and yeah, screw it, concentration. 5, 7, yeah. Okay, cool. And so the two of you are immediately wrapped in a little bubble of, a ban. You're definitely familiar with it. It has previously been your go-to combat spell. So they no, just go away. And so he's like, okay, it's just us for now. Righto. Let's see here.
That's in the locker, right?
Right. Yeah. It's it's a 5 foot. So he's like up behind you, like Yoda backpack. Clinging closily. And that's his turn. You can't hear anything coming from the outside, so you don't know what's going on. Wyrd, you are up. And imagine you yank open the locker.
Yep.
And inside it's straight out of like the Men in Black second movie. There is this enormous space within, and you are looking at what looks like really well done diorama of actually give me a intellect, or in this case power, plus academics roll.
You have a plus. You have like 6 intellect.
Mm-hmm.
Do I?
Yeah, because of her
Or
intellect spell.
it's plus 5 up to your maximum,
Right, that's true.
which is 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what? I'm confused.
It's plus 5 up to your max. So if your max is 7, you should have 7.
Mm-hmm.
You normally have
Yeah, okay.
2 or 3. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got 7.
Jimmy
the character
is
sheet
not
won't do
even
that.
going to roll. Well, I guess he would have been there to get that buff too. So he will roll his 2 dice. Because with -3 on mental skills, untrained. Okay.
Yeah. He got it.
He got a success. We'll see. This is definitely going to be one of those few ones where we... Oh, good lord. Okay, yeah. Network helpfully points out that looks like Egypt. You nailed down a little bit more accurately. I cannot remember the particular temple name. We'll get that to you afterwards. But yeah, one of the like ancient temples in what you imagine looks like it's prime. Right up next to the Nile, super done up. The columns are actually full and painted instead of just the bare stone. It looks absolutely gorgeous. You see little mini people, though they look like tin soldiers, very rudimentary motions, and just moving about. And it like spreads. This is, like I said, this huge diorama, but the center point is a massive pyramid in the back. But without any rolls, you recognize, I'm guessing that's probably not actually in Egypt. It is this black, smooth, onyx black pyramid, probably on par in height and size of like the pyramids of Giza behind this temple. And that is what you're looking at inside this locker.
I look at Network and say, step through?
This is itty bitty little...
Well, you said 2 feet, right? Like, so we should be able to worm our way in, or is it too small to get into?
You would then fill the entire thing, because like it's a diorama.
Oh, okay.
You're not looking...
so it's literally a diorama. It's not like a gateway into a locker.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You can do total recall, right?
Yep.
Sure, I think that's enough.
I mean, I could also do it on either of you. So
Sure.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Don't know what it means, but yeah, sure. Let's get out of here.
Okay, close the door.
Cool. He drops the ban. We'll drop out of initiative, and you have these two guards. Well, actually, you have one guard standing there, like still poking in, but has definitely told, okay, the ban is going to be a problem, and is just kind of watching. The other guard you hear in the distance, just loud, a cross between speech and, you know, like animal jackal howling, and, you know, what sounds like, I mean, with no translation, guards, intruders, you know, we're being robbed.
Thieves!
Yes.
Trolls in the dungeon!
Thank you. Would you say that it's an onyx path? No, it's a pyramid. It's an onyx pyramid. Oh, God. I don't know what this chat. Come on, guys. And so Network looks and says, okay, so we can get from here to there. How do we get from there to out?
Can't you do
Take
that?
the rough way out.
just wake yourself up, right?
I mean,
Can't you mind us out of the... Okay.
mind us out? No. And let me double check here. You can, I believe, just completely jump out. Let me go find the actual.
It's not
What that
great.
does.
It ain't great.
I think it's Soul Shock
Yeah,
I
it's
think
what
so.
leaves you soul shocked.
from the Temenos. Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. Traveling from here to there, blah. They go to the Temenos. Okay, here we go. Entering. Let's see here. Killed in their Oneros by its contents gives you soul shock. Temenos do this. Magic isn't affected by. When a mage is killed by the ecstatic wind, you get soul shock. You can wake up coming back from anywhere else. Okay, right. So coming back from anywhere else requires the same resolve plus composure rolls for each astral threshold, which we will do actual resolve plus composure, not just your dream finesse stats or resistance stats. But doesn't add for each astral threshold. So you basically will roll.
Temenos and Oneros.
Mm-hmm. It walks back along your now resolved astral path. Alternatively, can deny. Alternatively, she can deny herself full psychic reintegration with the material realm to wake up in a single turn, but leaving part of herself behind. This way inflicts the soul shocked condition.
Yeah, I don't want to leave part of myself behind here.
Yeah, now bear in mind, it's not actually like doing so, but soul shocked, just to remind you, because I think this is the thing that Network
It's happened to Wyrd
says.
before.
So upon gaining this condition, roll your current willpower points as a dice pool. Ignore 10 again. Don't roll chance die. She keeps 1 willpower dot per success and immediately lose the remainder. While the condition is in effect, you do not gain willpower from virtue or vice, regains willpower from rest, surrender, and any other things. The resolution is gaining full willpower. So basically, gonna have to take like some time to rest
Songbird.
that. And any other yeah, that's true. Yeah, it'll be rough and require like some spells to help you get up. And in the next chronicle, we will definitely be talking about using that particular spell to get willpower back because it's a little OP. But
Look, man, it's just +3.
But
What
Yeah.
about teleporting back to our lockbox? The Rookery lockbox.
that is a good one. You would definitely probably have a connection to it. And actually you would have like Wyrd would have a sympathetic connection to a lot of different things in the Temenos potentially. Yeah, so lockbox is good, but that keeps you in the bank. So other things beyond that in the Temenos, Wyrd can come up with anything. I can think of one big thing off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you would like to roll, go ahead.
Can I cross astral boundaries with a teleport?
No.
Okay.
Not without a big helping of mind. Or 2 dots of mind, technically. Not a big helping, but...
I have an idea.
Yeah. If Craig is not coming up with something, because this is a tense moment, so I don't want to have big gimmies.
I think I have too many things is what I'm coming up with.
Give me a intellect, which you have a bound of, plus space.
Intellect plus space.
Hell yeah. Still that Chris system of bullshit rolls of Arcana plus...
It works really well. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's like a better quick and dirty.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
Flavored.
One success. You have a pretty damn good connection to Lower Manhattan.
Sure.
So teleporting to the astral equivalent of what people think of as Lower Manhattan in 2020. In the Metropolis.
I'm gonna fine tune that a little bit, and we're gonna teleport to the theater district. The astral representation of the Leaf Theater.
Yeah, because it exists. Yeah,
it's
I was
a
going to
buzzy
say our sanctum.
happening place.
That you definitely have a connection to.
You can definitely just come back to our house.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, and is as far as I care, your turn. So, just remember. Let's see here. That's probably going to be strong connection. So you're only dealing with 1 withstand. Yep.
The potency spell.
Mm-hmm. And so that handles the withstand. You'll need to deal with instant and sensory, which upgrades to sympathetic with a mana, and scale, whether reach or minus to grab network, unless you leave network here to fend on his own.
No.
I didn't figure. You got me into this mess. Get me out of here. I don't think network is quite a...
Teleport is
4.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you only have 1 free reach. So you will have 1 extra die of paradox.
I don't need any for potency.
Correct.
Because I've got that covered.
Mm-hmm. Because you have 4 potency.
Duration. Advanced scale would be enough to cover it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait.
Or take a -2.
I'll take the -2.
Okay.
And I want to do it quick, so 2 yantras.
Actually, you have... Yeah, no, that's right. You're good.
So that's only 2 reach, and we're reaching by 1. I'll spend the 4 mana for a chance die.
It'll be 5 mana because, like I said, you have the cumulative one from earlier.
Right. Yep.
Cool. Whoops. You said a chance die. I almost threw 5 at you. Okay, cool. So 7, 11, -2 for you and network, and then
so 14.
And what was your yantra bonuses from?
Just shadow name and mirror.
Okay.
Because mirrors are good for casting on yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. So you take a turn, and Network's like, "Come on, man, get us out of here." It's like, yeah, hang on. Okay. And go ahead and cast your spell.
That's all we need.
16 dice, 1 success.
Good enough.
Little bit of stress. And so, yes, you find yourself jarred through the astral to stand outside the Leaf Theater.
I'm thinking we appear backstage.
Okay.
Because that's where Wyrd spends a lot of the time.
You pop in and are immediately like swept up and nearly trampled by just the activity back here, just actors moving back and forth, stage managers, technicians, stuff like that. And because you're now in a safe place, you can do your resolve plus composure and kind of bring yourselves back. You're fairly safe. I'm not too worried about how much time it takes, and you are, recognized here. They don't necessarily know how you fit here, but they're okay with it. You guys,
which is as it should be. And they know I have an office here, and they don't know what I do there, but
yeah. Well, if you go in there, then you'll potentially meet the shadowy. Yeah,
I would meet myself here. Other people's idea of me.
Not yourself, but the weird shadowy benefactor that they think of. Yeah, which I think Network goes later. And
that would be quite a trip, though. Songbird's done it. Songbird met Songbird.
Songbird punched Songbird.
Yes.
And stole that fucking jacket. Well, didn't steal. It's kind of... There's to begin
reforms.
with. Yeah. Whoop, you guys kind of snap your heads up, awake, and, back in, the material. And Network looks over and goes... So do you have any idea what we just looked at?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because I don't.
The details are going to be important. That's why we're going to want to rip it out of our heads and put it on display.
Why you rip it out? Come on, can we just, put it out, show it off? God.
Bad choice of words.
Feels like I'm talking to Songbird.
Speaking of,
Songbird, you're there for a little while and hang out with Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton? No, he's over he's over at the Leaf Theater.
Hamilton.
Alexander Hamilton. And
he's been a mage this whole time.
Pulled a fast one on you. Hanging out with various other and there's probably some other founding fathers that you were introduced to because people are like, who's this guy? Oh, this is that Songbird, the Linwood Hall Songbird. And so there's some chats and back and forth and what have you been up to? And oh yeah, the seer death count has gone up. There's a couple people who are really into that, and there's a couple people who are like, all right, bro. I don't know that I'd be so proud of killing people, but back and forth, and Jay eventually does.
It's okay.
Back.
They're just fascists.
Righto. But yeah, Jay comes back and draws you back into the meeting room and says, "Okay, we're not able to give you a lot. So what I'm gonna give you is what we got, and I just am kind of trusting on you. Don't make me bring a fate mage up here, right? Bring us back something good, right? The only thing I've got is Ursula Tenebris is the name of the Tetrarch. And if we have the right information and we're not being bullshitted, she's an archmage legit from Cairo. She's not like some ancient like pharaohess or some bullshit like that. But the records that we have is she's like 200 years old or has been active for 200 some years. And I don't know if this is some like Dread Pirate Roberts bullshit. So that is a possibility. But that's the main reason we think she's an archmage. There's records of her and her signature Nimbus for that long. You and I both know you can do bullshit with signature Nimbus, but the likelihood of somebody doing this that much for 200 years, sketchy. Yeah, it basically sounds like
an archmage or a lich.
Also true. But yeah, it sounds like grew up in Cairo and then they moved her over here when or started over here when America was still kind of new. So she's a little bit old
I love
school.
that.
She's a little bit old school, it sounds like. And this has been America has been her pet project. I don't know exactly what all she's up to. She's definitely, I mean, as the name suggests, she's She works in the background of stuff. That's what we got. Basically a name and modus operandi of doesn't tend to do stuff directly. That's all I got for you. I'm sorry, hon.
Cool.
Yeah, you would be excited.
Actually, an archmage.
So you seem kind of chill with this. Can't.
Yep.
All right.
I mean, it's more info that I didn't have before today, so.
Sure. I'm going to be blunt. We're sitting this one out, kid.
That's fine.
Shit.
Yeah. I'll be lit.
Reaches over, puts the hand on your shoulder and goes, "Good luck." Cool. Do you want me?
I'm gonna go process this.
Sure. Are you gonna crash here? You want me to get? I can call Santiago. You know he loves playing taxi.
Does he?
Yeah. Have you seen his car? He loves showing that
He
fucking
just
thing
loves
off.
his car. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, sure. You can give me right back to the station.
Okay. So yeah. Call.
Catch the last train out.
Yep. And Santiago more than happy to drive you around, chats with you a little bit. Probably invites you to sit up front. And you guys.
But there's so much room back there for activities.
Yeah. So you guys have a good bit of just bullshitting, and like he definitely is like very into like you clearly came here and you have an expression, I'm sure, and he was like, all right, we won't talk about that.
Nah, I'll fuck with him a little bit.
Sure.
Get me in the back and use some life magic and like, look, I can stretch my legs.
Like he's just like, okay, yep, nope, this is wise activity as he's driving. So the last 10 minutes of the episode, you all reconvene back in New York, back in the Rookery, probably that evening, because like you said, the trip from Philly is fairly short. Yeah.
So what have we learned?
Ursula Tenebris.
I got that name also.
All right.
And not much else.
Archmage.
Cool. I know what her nimbus is.
What is it?
And very similar to mine, actually, which is a little
upsetting, I'm sure.
Upsetting.
Yeah.
Shadows that move around and detach and will follow you.
That is very close to yours. I wonder
Also,
if she
Taunt
is
their
you.
host.
She is me.
Oh shit.
Also,
wouldn't be the first
possibly an associate. An associate of the Stalker. So maybe related to her, maybe not.
The Howling Bridesmaid. Right.
Howling Bridesmaid. She's Moros, because of course she
I'll
is.
have
She
that
got a
one.
ghost name.
Weird.
Network over here. Yeah.
Network?
I think Network and Weird are like grinning. They're like, so.
We saw inside the vault the astral representation of the vault.
What'd you see?
Network, you want to?
Yep. I mean, you saw it too. So, but yeah, actually, I think.
Like he can actually pull it out for us to look at, right? Can he
Actually, he might actually be able to with hallucination. Hang on here.
I've done that before. Like, let me creative a perfect recall to show everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I just realized he might. Oh, dang. Hallucination is mine for. Yeah. So you can do it with telepathy, is actually what I was thinking of. And so you can all see this thing kind of paused in like the full detail 4K HDR IMAX experience and look at this thing. And like everything in the Astral, it is heavy on symbolism without telling you necessarily everything. But, in comparison, like, Network mentioned, our vault has a couple grimoires in it with no detail, just big chunky books. This is, I don't know what the fuck this is. Like I said, I'll get the temple, the temple name. It's that big pyramid, but
it's incredibly fitting that it is a pyramid.
Yeah, Panopticon.
No.
And also Seer, yeah. Or am I missing something?
Every grimoire has come from a pyramid.
Oh, shit.
That's right. Oh. Uh-oh.
It's 6, baby!
Uh-oh.
And so Network
I appreciate your joke.
Network kind of looks over and goes, so hang on. Pyramids. And at least in my head, I mean, we've, pyramids from all over the world. Okay, cool. In terms of symbology, am I the only one who's thinking, like, there significant, like, seer symbology with pyramids? Or Panopticon?
I mean, they have the
all-seeing
on the dollar bill, the eye on the pyramid. Yeah.
Sure. And Judd has eyes.
Judd speaks up and goes, yes, I have 2 of them. What's that mean?
Pyramid symbology is very strongly connected with these things. We know when Archmage created them?
Not this one, though.
Or was it a supernal?
Yes.
We did.
it like, based on what Songbird dug into as the creator side of this, it looks like a mage, potentially Archmage, made each of these with a supernal. And every one of them so far has been a supernal of the various different supernal worlds. So, like, But
also, this Archmage is not that Archmage.
It's not Ursula. Correct.
Yeah. This is not the one that made
That's
them.
why it makes like it wasn't like she created them or something.
Yeah, no, I
way
don't
over
remember if I ever actually gave you guys the description of the other Archmage's Nimbus, but it is definitely not Ursula's.
It's very Remos-esque.
Right.
Do Archmages, are they still technically like their path, or are they a whole new thing?
Sort of technically all the Arcana becomes ruling Arcana for them.
Right.
But in my head, they still maintain, because they've made their own path to the Astral. Right. That's the whole Golden Road. But I imagine that, like, their Nimbus doesn't suddenly stop being what it had been. And I imagine that, like, because of whatever previous experience they've built on, that's what they're going to continue building on. So if you
imagine the Golden Road is built towards their watchtower,
right? Because I mean that's your guideline, anyways, right? That's kind of I'm on that same.
Anything past that probably gets into unnailed down.
Yep.
How do you interpret the? Yeah. All right.
So Network leans back and goes, well, we are either about to get real famous or real dead. Nico does kind of lean forward and says, this is an optional thing, right? Because this is... Okay, cool.
We're not gonna make you come along to
get out there and grind some A beats. We need help.
Yeah, because and I think, like, Network kind of leans over and pats her on the shoulder and said, "No. This is we're going to be here to make sure that the Rookery continues, even if those 3 chuckle fucks mess this up."
We haven't been visited by any more weird future moon keepers. So maybe we're still alive.
We haven't done anything yet.
And with that, I think that's a good good. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, right. I agree. Thank you. Thank you all for joining us. Yeah, we're gonna call it here.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yep. As always, come by Discord, yeetinto.space. Come chat with us. Come hang out. Come give us your awesome theory crafting of what this fifth grimoire is, what it does, what happens when they all get joined together, who this other archmage is, all that stuff. Bring it on. We have a whole channel set aside specifically for Twitch spoilers and talking about this stuff, and you guys can go hog wild. It's a lot of fun to watch you guys talk about it and provide episode titles. This, last one, Ashes of the Past, that was all Craig, but I think the one before that, I think that one was me. But other ones have been, from all you folks. Actually, maybe I should start doing that in the little YouTube thing and be like, blame so-and-so for the episode title. That way,
offer your puns.
Yeah. Yes, bring the puns, because those are the best. Those best titles. I think we can all agree. So, and of course, if you want to, that's yeetinto.space. And of course, if you want to support us monetarily, that's patreon.com/occultists anonymous or staylucky.club. Also, we have the Don't Dump My Coffee. We have the merch and stuff like that that is available too. And Drive-Thru RPG for all that cool stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways you guys can support us. And even just commenting, liking, subscribing, all that kind of stuff. All that helps.
Kind of boost the algorithm.
Boost the algorithm. And don't forget to check out Words and Witchcraft. They have some culty, esoteric bullshit right from the start, and I was like, man, our shit was like, there's a thunderstorm, go check it out, and they're talking about a ziggurat that's bleeding, and I'm like, the fuck is going on?
The setting seems really cool.
It was terrific, so go check that out. I need to actually finish the first episode. I'm like 30 minutes short, so yeah, check them out.
Our thunderstorm was werewolves.
It's true, we had werewolves, they didn't. So that's them's the breaks. Cool. We'll see you guys next time.
Stay lucky.